Listen up, MMA and sports family. At UMYO Sports, we're calling every gym, every coach, every team, every fighter, every athlete, and every fan to join a movement bigger than the cage, bigger than the sport. Fighters and athletes aren't just athletes, they're warriors, training through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. But too many of them are stepping into battle while carrying the weight of financial stress. That ends today. UMYO is here to fuel athletes and fighters with real support. One quick registration from you, yes, you, creates opportunities that let athletes of all sports types and fighters train without worrying about bills, compete without distractions, and chase greatness with their whole heart. This is how we grow sports. This is how we support coaches. This is how we support all athletes. This is how we strengthen gyms. This is how we lift entire communities. When fans, fighters, coaches, and gyms come together, there's nothing this sport can't become. So step up, register, take the I Am Pledge. Be part of the movement that powers athletes of all sports types and fighters to rise higher, hit harder, and chase history.
I'm Kennedy Nzechuku. I'm a minister at Dominion Worship Center. I'm also a life coach that help mentor the youth, and I'm also a UFC fighter. So I'm more than privileged to be part of this UMYO Sports platform. And in this platform, I'm not just being part of it, but I'm also being an ambassador of the mixed martial arts segment. And in this segment, it's just based on the revenue that we acquire through people's subscription on this platform. Certain of the dividends will be paid to the fighters. Well, and this is not just fighters in the UFC. Fighters in every promotion, every organization, amateurs, pros in the local scene and the regional circuits. MMA is not something where there's a lot of money in, especially now, because sometimes people see the cream of the crop fighters and they think like, man, everyone's making that type of money. Again, you gotta fight to make your name, you gotta perform. There's no excuses about that. But just to support the fighters, because there's so much that goes into fighting. It's such a physically demanding sport, and it's draining. Especially when you have family, you gotta take care of family. You have expenses because we don't have no healthcare, and get nutrition. You gotta need food, the right food to form to your best. So a lot of fighters can't afford that. A lot of fighters can't afford like rent. A lot of the fighters have like 1 or 2 jobs outside of fighting just to make the ends meet. So seeing that, I'm just more than happy to be part of this segment, mixed martial arts segment, to just help fighters generate income and revenue. No matter how small it is, it means something and it goes far. So that is where the focal point of this UMYO Sports Hub segment for MMA fighters is channeled towards helping fighters with just assisting their living, their families, their food and nutrition, and just generating income, extra income. Anything helps. So again, it's not everyone reach that apex of the top echelon of fighters who can just go in there and just get comfortable. Not a lot of fighters could get there. That's where I'm trying to get to get to the point where I can just focus and just be calm. And that's when you perform the best, when you're calm. Some fighters need the extra stimulation of like that do or die. You have to go kill this guy, So people are different and they respond different to different stimuli.
Now, before we get into tonight's conversation, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Because what you're about to hear is a solution many of us have been asking for, praying for, waiting on. But let's be honest with each other for a second. True solutions, they don't come in 8 to 10 seconds. And that's the average attention span most of us have been programmed to live in. And under this system, this software, this constant scrolling, we've been conditioned to give our focus to things that distract us, not develop us. We'll listen to gossip for hours. We'll soak in negativity like it's entertainment. We'll let anger, trauma, and chaos pull us in like gravity. But when it's time to hear something that can actually change lives, we tap out before we even tap in. Tonight, we're breaking that cycle. This is an accountability challenge, a personal one, a community one, a human one. And all I'm asking is that you listen all the way to the end, not for me, but for you, for your family, for your children, for the youth watching us struggle with negativity, mental illness, frustration, anger, and violence. For those watching jobs disappear to AI and wondering what their future holds. For everyone trying to find stability, identity, and peace in a world that feels unstable. Because the truth is, nobody is coming to save us but us. We must mobilize, organize, and uplift our own. We don't need to wait for a bigger system to care. We become the bigger system we need to care for. It's late night on UMYO Sports Radio, and you're tuned in with Coach B, your guide through these quiet hours where the world slows down and the truth speaks a little louder. Whether you're unwinding after a long day, or just starting your grind under the glow of the streetlight, this moment right here is beyond race, beyond creed, beyond gender. Tonight is about clarity, rhythm, and truth. Here at UMYO Sports Radio, we don't do noise, we do solutions. And tonight we're bringing one for the 45 million youth in organized sports across the U.S. and the million more worldwide who've been waiting patiently for something real. And that's not counting the 45 million family members that have sports athletes within their family. Because let's keep it honest, a lot of folks out there have been promised the world, only to be met with closed doors and hidden motives and systems that keep the best opportunities out of reach. And after years of being misled, trust get hard, trust get heavy, trust starts feeling like a risk. But here's the vibe tonight. UMYO Sports is different. It's transparent, open, community owned. Every number, every move visible, every voice heard, every athlete valued. UMYO Sports, part of the UMYO network ecosystem, connects athletes, gyms, trainers, organizations, all level, all dreams, a place where innovation, community, and technology sit at the same table. And with our ambassador, UFC owns Kennedy Noosa, we stand on a mission built on truth, where every fighter, every athlete deserves a chance to grow, train, and compete without the financial barriers. But we're not just building athletes. We're not just building better athletes. We're building better futures. Educational pathways, career development, support for parents, real guidance outside the arena, outside the gym, outside the lights, a full ecosystem for the athletes and the family behind them. So as we sit back tonight, maybe with the lights low, maybe with your thoughts running free, know this: UMYO Sports heard you. UMYO Sports has seized you. And UMYO Sports was built for you. This is After Hours. This is Real Talk. This is community. This is trust. And you're listening to Coach B at the UMYO Sports Radio, where everyday people are my celebrities, and where the next generation finally gets the opportunity they've all been asking for. So relax, breathe, and let's step into the future together. UMYO Sports .site. We come with solutions. Greeting, Brother Les Jones. How are you today?
I'm blessed, Brother Bernard. Thank you for asking, sir. Really appreciate that. Every day above ground is a good day.
That's good. I think we're going to be doing something powerful today. We've been connecting with a lot of great organizations, a lot of great gyms that's out there, and they're asking the same question, how can you help us, right? And it's been years, and for some, it's been centuries since there's been a solution for the athletes that are out there struggling, to survive as they chase their purpose. So today we're going to share with them how we're going to be able to assist at UMYO Sports, that site. So I'm excited, to be able to do that.
Absolutely. I'm always excited about someone doing something different than the ordinary. It seems like we get into a robotic mode and we keep on doing the same thing. And someone says if you keep doing the same thing and you expect different results, it's just not going to happen. In so many words, it's just not going to happen if you keep doing the same thing and you expect different results. So I'm proud to be a part of this movement. I wanted to ask you some questions about how we may be able to help our community and some of the questions that I've been receiving from the community. And the first question I really wanted to ask you is, can you tell me why you believe that the UMYO Sports card has so much value? I mean, I can think of a lot of reasons when you're speaking of a card for $2.54 just to start, that has so much more value. Can you let our people that are listening in on this particular podcast, give them a little simple reason why an investment back into the community and what it brings, and what it means, and what they get for $2.54?
Yes, sir. When I think about what you're saying, right, I think about for so long we've been doing donations, right? And every time we do these donations, there's nothing really that comes back to the people that's donating, right? And for so many years, we've seen organizations that take advantage of those who do donate. So you don't really know which organizations that you truly would like to donate to. And then of course right now donations are becoming less and less. And I know that it has since the COVID, right? So we say, well, let's do something different. And I always share with individuals about using Facebook as an example. Facebook generated $164 billion by providing a service in 2024, right? And we said, well, why not we just do the same thing? Why not provide a service for a service? That way, when you're giving something on a monthly basis, something in return is coming back to you, right? So we said, let's provide a service for a service. Let's create a digital hub exclusively for individuals based upon what their likeness is, what their interest is. Why? To counteract the negativity that social media brings, right? To counteract the mental, because they share with you, anytime that you build a platform, for those who know, you have to put in there in the rules and regulations that when you enter into these platforms, you may lead with mental health issues, right? So we said, well, we need to create things based upon our own rules. So we created a digital hub, or like a digital community, a digital gated communities where you create your own rules, right? So when you come into these hubs, you're going to be talking with other individuals that are based upon your interests, right? And we saw that every year you have talented athletes that abandon their dreams, not from lack of skill, but from lack of support. You see gyms as closers, right? So if the gym closes, athletes don't have nowhere to train, right? And you have athletes that work multiple jobs just to afford training. So the potential goes unrealized. UMYO Sports is changing that. And our mission is to help every athlete train, grow, compete without the financial barriers. And together with UMYO Sports, we're building a platform that honors the hard work and the sacrifice of every athlete. So that's why we call it UMYO, Unmasking Your Opinion, Unified Movement for Youth Operations, Wall Street of Technology Network. Is proud to introduce UMYO Sports, our next generation digital platform built exclusively for athletes at all levels, from ISD students, from rising high school standouts to college competitors and professional legends. And it's here to provide a secure, empowering space where athletes can train, earn, connect, and grow with the sport of residents, alumni, businesses, and city hubs that believe in their journey. So this is more than stats and highlights. It's about ownership. It's about opportunity and community. Whether you're a player, whether you're a coach, whether you're an athletic program, whether you're an ISD content creator, or whether you're even a sports entrepreneur, UMYO Sports equips you with the tools to elevate your impact on and off the field. So if you're a coach and you're looking for a particular athlete, you're able to go to this digital search engine. Right. I always want to say, and let me say this too, because this is very important. They have directories, many directories that's out there. You go to the directory and you're able to see an image, right, of the business or the business type, and you're able to see the telephone contact information. Then you have some where you can click it and it links to their website, right? But what we're bringing is on a whole another level. Right. We're bringing a digital athletic directory, and it goes back to your question. If I'm searching for a particular athlete of all sports types, right? If I'm searching for a particular athlete, I can go to that directory. I can search based upon height. I can search based upon athletes, sports types. I can search based upon positions, right? So if I'm a coach, or if I'm a team, or if I'm an agent, or if I'm an agency, right? Or if I'm a college and I'm looking for a particular athlete, whether it's tennis, whether it's hockey, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whether it's basketball. If I'm looking for a forward in basketball, I can search for all the forwards in Waco. I can search for all the forwards in Cedar Hill, right? 5'8", right? 6'5", right? Height, I can search based upon height. I can search based upon weight. I can search based upon GPA, right? That sports card pops up, right? And now I'm able to befriend that particular athlete, right? And if it's represented by a parent, I'm able to befriend that parent and ask questions that I need to answer. Now, if I don't even want to befriend them, I just may want to just observe what it is that they're doing. The sports directory that links to their digital card offer video reels, right? The video reels will share with me what this student has been doing, maybe since Pee Wee League all the way to before they reach college, or maybe from the Pee Wee League to after they finish college. I can go all the way back and find out through these videos everything it is that they've been doing, right? So I'm shopping for talent, right? So that's perfect now for these advertising companies who may want to do or sponsor a particular athlete. It's perfect now for a coach who may want to research the social media pages, because it allows you to go to the different social media pages and see what they've been up to as well, right? So it's just right now a perfect opportunity for all athletes of all sports type to now be supported by our own version of NIL. So we call it NIL on steroids, but it's for all athletes.
I love that. It's funny because right now, when I go on social media platforms, of course, sports is real huge here in Texas, especially football, all sports, basketball. I mean, it's from the high school to Pee-wee. I mean, it's off the chain here in Texas. And, unlike, all over. But when I go on social media platforms, I often see proud parents
Right.
videotaping their son scoring a touchdown, making a catch,
Right.
making a three-point shot,
Right.
doing something very athletic on Facebook, and they're proud, and a lot of that gets a lot of likes, a lot of that gets a lot of hearts, and way to go, Billy, or way to go, Susan. And I'm sure the parents are proud, maybe even keep a scrapbook, right? And to your point, a lot of this talent goes unnoticed. I believe, it's like our scouts, they can't get around in the small towns to find a gym. And I mean GEM, somebody who they could see has natural talent.
I like that.
So to me, when you have you know what I'm saying? When you have talent and you're undiscovered, it seems like now I have a platform where I can show my stuff, where I know that a agent from any particular college in the world can go to this platform and pull up specific position or player or type of player, weight class, find out what his grades is, a little bit about him. I like that part that an agent can go online and probably save him a lot of flying all over the country trying to take a peek at somebody he might want to offer a scholarship, a full-time scholarship. So and then I see, of course, parents, when they post their Pee-wee kid or their high school child, they're all wanting their children to get a scholarship. That's big time. And our underserved community. But I also see that, some of these social media platforms with the algorithms is only going to get so far. If you only have, maybe 500-600 people in your little network, then it's not going to be seen by as many people as you would hope it to be seen by. So can you share with us how by other family members being on a particular platform like this sports platform, how that all comes together, where that, parents can interact? I understand you have some features where they can actually engage other athletes and talk in real time. Is that true?
Yes, exactly. And that goes back to, and thank you for everything you just said, because that definitely talks about our whole mission. You just pretty much just shared our mission, right? And that is to empower the athletes, right? It's to empower the independent school district, the private school district, the charter schools, right? And sports organizations by delivering that type of access, right? Those type of resources and visibility through a unified platform that drives participation, opportunity, community support, and long-term development. So when people register, right, they're able to register and support the athlete, but they're also able to register and get something back in return. What we want for our youth, right, is to create what you call core programs. Right? So when we speak about this now is the platform that empowers the athletes to where now they're able to receive compensation, right, from as early as Pee-wee League, right? When we say when you receive this conversation, which we're going to talk about, when you receive this conversation, it comes with programs, right? We have the UMYO Assistance Program, right? And that means that with your registration, we provide up to $1,500 per month for participating students, right? We provide up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for the gyms, along with financial sustainability support for educational institutions, ensuring that educators and students can focus on learning group and success. It's hard for a lot of athletes when they don't have the resources, right? And when I think about community, I think about millions upon millions upon millions who can support these 45 million youth and organized sports, but they're getting something back in return. And I'm gonna say that again. I may say it 17 more times, right? You can keep count. We're doing no different from a virtual Zoom that's out there, the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, right? The Patreons that's out there. Only thing we're doing is we're giving half back, right, to solve community concerns. If you don't get anything out of that message, I want you to get that. So this accountability initiative, we don't want the youth to just receive the resources. There's an accountability initiative, right? So if you're receiving these resources, this program enables the students, resident, right, to report violent crimes in their community, right? This strengthens local safety, community engagement, while helping small businesses build their brand. This allows now small businesses who are suffering. There's thousands and thousands of businesses that are closing each and every month. It's estimated that 300 million jobs will be replaced by artificial intelligence by 2030. So this platform not only assists those small businesses who are looking for affordable branding opportunities, because it costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they still don't see a lot of the profit, right, that comes from that advertising. Well, just imagine if we're bringing the people directly to you so that they can see you, like you said, on these social hubs, because with this comes a social hub, right, where businesses are also able to have a direct access to consumers. And if you know that these businesses are on here, you can either find business owners. When you're looking for athletes, you can find business owners who are supporting the platform. You can find advertising companies who are promoting some of these athletes, right? And are giving the athletes resources based upon who they choose to support, right? Now we want you as a community to say, you know what, this is finally a platform where we can support these small businesses in return. Right, so there's accountability that comes with this. We ask for each student a part of the accountability also. Each and every month, you have life coaches, right? You got financial managers, you got life and behavior coaches, you got therapists, right? Who are sharing with these youth who may be experiencing mental health, deficiencies, right? Who may be suffering from problems that they may have in the home, discipline problems, right? So you have life coaches that are able to assist these athletes, right? Yeah, it's going to cost them on a monthly basis because we want them to learn how to use those resources that they're generating each and every month. But it also empowers all of those life coaches who are looking for additional support and people to support, and they may not know how to go out there and let people know, hey, I'm here for parenting, I'm here for bullying, right? And you have a lot of great coaches that are ready to give their skill set to our community. So I just want you to think about that in terms of what we're already generating, right? Based upon what we just said, it opens the door for everyone to be supported, from businesses to life coaches, from students who may be suffering but don't have the accessibility to be able to know, okay, well, who do I need to choose, or what therapist I need to choose, or what life coach did I need to choose? You can do that now based upon you doing your own research as well. So when you click on to these platforms and you see life coaches, you're able to choose which life coach you want, right? So these are 4 core programs. You also have the digital development program, which is the expansion of a community online ecosystem with residence profiles, right? So that means you can log in, like you just said, you can log in and you can support these athletes. You got athletes now that can support each other, befriend each other. Man, this is crazy. So we have the networking tools. We have community features that connect the entire community all under one hub. Keep in mind, this comes with our own rules, right? So when you come in here, you're gonna come in here with positivity. You're releasing all the negative garbage, that you may have received from the other platform. There's no bullying when it comes to our platform. So if we see any of that, we're definitely going to be reaching out to you, sharing with you, hey, I don't know if you read the rules or not, but we can't be doing that, right? And then you have the media and marketing growth, where you have professional quality storytelling, live event coverage, podcasts, and athlete business branding opportunity that amplify exposure and build careers. You have youth, right? And you know about this, Lieutenant Les. We had youth, we did a youth conference platform, right, from 2010 to 2019, right? These youth was in front of the camera. They was behind the cameras. They was producers. They was directors, right? They were hosts, right? They were journalists. So they went to the football games. They was on the field doing interviews with the football players.
Kids an opportunity to express themselves artistically.
No, remove Kyrie from the team. They're going to the championship?
They had before when LeBron was with the Cavs. Kyrie wasn't there. They went to the championship.
The East is no disrespect. They're still a weak conference. You have, if some of the teams that don't make the playoffs for the West, you look at the East records, they could be 8, 7, and 6 seeds. Like New Orleans and Phoenix, if they played in the East, they will make the playoffs. So I think the East is a weaker conference.
No, I agree with that.
So it's easier for LeBron to get to the conference final. But when it comes to the conference final, they're gonna have to face teams like Chicago, Raptors, the Hawks.
So this is STI 740, and right here we're on the set of Drew Pearson Live, and right here we have a Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor, and this man, he had 489 catches throughout his whole career, 7,822 receiving yards, and 48 touchdowns. He's from South River, New Jersey, and him, Tony Hill, became the first Cowboys wide receiver tandem to both have 1,000 yards in the same season. And him, Tony Hill, and Tony Dorsett both became the NFL's first triplet duo to have 1,000.
Definitely. I was a great quarterback. I was probably one of the best quarterbacks coming out.
Think you were better than Tim Tebow?
Yeah, definitely.
This platform, right, from 2010 to 2019. Right, these youth was in front of the camera. They was behind the cameras. They was producers. They was directors, right? They were hosts, right? They were journalists. So they went to the football games. They was on the field doing interviews with the football players. They went to the basketball games. They was on the basketball court doing interviews with the basketball players. These are youth, right? From the age of 9 years old, started 9 years of age. My son actually all 3 of my sons was the ones who created Sports Talk and Edutainment with Isaac and crew. So it started with just the 3 of them, and they went to recruit individuals from their high school, from Barack Obama All-Male Leadership Academy to Griner, talented and gifted schools. So I want you to imagine now having 3 students that ended up to where it was 7 students, 7 to 17, 17 to 25, 25 to 55, 55 to 75 and over. right? And now you're having these students who are working together, right? They're learning now how to cohesively work together. Now they're at the arena football games, right? Now they're doing movie reviews. So they have been, man, we had so many businesses that was lined up for the whole entire year. Why? Because we're getting 100,000 views, right, each and every week. This is before YouTube was live streaming. This is before Facebook was live streaming. This is before Instagram had live streaming capabilities. We were live streaming in the home. So when people say, how were you guys able to last that long? Well, I want you to imagine you having 100,000 people that's tuned in every week, seeing something that they've never seen before, right? You've seen students that was on the Drew Pearson Sports Talk Show. It's a national indicated show, right? So now these people are given each and every month. So it allows us to be able to sustain, the show, from that duration. So if we can do that which we didn't intend on it to be a pilot, right? A beta test, and we were doing it because we was reaching the mass. So we said, well, why not educate our youth for those who may not make it in the sports industry? Why not create opportunities for them to be talking sports? Why not create an opportunity for them to be holding cameras? We had parents who was like, oh my God, I wish, my student could talk more and he doesn't really say too much, and we just need, him to just, or her to be this way. And we said, just bring him here. When they came to our organization, we had the parents that was there. But one thing that we saw is we had the students who was learning from other students. So he may be quiet, but he's a great videographer, right? He might be antisocial, but he's a great digital art creator, right? He may be one that likes to be behind the scenes. Well, guess what? He's a great editor, right? So there's so many, it's finding out what the youth are able to do, and it's allowing them to build confidence with what it is that they're doing based upon their skill set. And with what it is that we're doing with UMYO Sports, it allowed them to get paid while they're doing it, to get paid, to get educated. Because there's a lot of, and we just had a conversation yesterday about this. There's parents that's out there, and it's at no fault of the parents. It's parents out there just do not know how to discipline or how to parent, right? So it's not I don't want people to feel that that's a negativity or that's a shame. So it takes us all the way back to, it takes a neighborhood, right? Or it takes a village, right, to raise up a child. And that's what we became. And we share with the parents, it's okay to not know. And that's why we're here. But just imagine all of these students coming together to create these campaigns, these advertising campaign for businesses. They're supporting these small businesses. They're supporting the internship, because you got businesses who may say, you know what, I want the students to do internship at my location. Now it's creating opportunities that they've never seen before, right? And that's what
I love that. I love that. I really do. I'm you mentioned at the beginning about you started with donations. Then you said there was a service for service. And it seems like you touched a little bit about that service for service, where businesses will in turn receive support from the community. And you mentioned something that's always going to make my ears perk, and that's earning money. I know there's a lot of programs out there that will guarantee you to make money while you're in training. Of course, I'm sure they receive maybe grants per student that's in the class, so they're able to do that. But after that training, no matter 3 months, 6 months, wherever it may be, is over, then it's like good luck. So it seems like you've created a program, Brother B, where that it's not good luck, it's an opportunity for not only the students to continue to earn and learn, But it sounds like you've got a platform here that also pays the mentors when you talk about life lessons and life coaches. So this allows the students not only to have fun behind the camera, in front of the camera, in sports management or any type of activity. For that point, it could be electricity, it could be welding, it could be, you never know what a kid might love. It always doesn't have to be sports, even though, we think that's our only way out of the system when we're in an underserved community, especially. But it's just remarkable how you mentioned about how a lot of our small businesses are closing, and and that's a lot of that is because the competition from the big box stores, So if I'm not getting a lot of traffic in my small business that's around the corner, and everybody's going to a big box store, then I'm gonna go out of business. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. So it seems like you have a solution for the small businesses in our community by being a part of this accountability platform and being registered in a directory. It seems to me that if I was about accountability and a person that would love to support my community, then I would go to the directory, and if I needed a fish, seafood, I'd click on seafood. If I needed barbecue, I'd click on barbecue restaurant. If I needed some shoes, I'd click on a shoe store, because I know that when that shoe store pops up in that directory, it's going to be somebody that's accountable, somebody that's supporting our community. And it's almost like you are, man, this is wonderful. It's almost like you're circulating the dollar. It's almost like, I've heard someone say that the dollar in some of our underserved communities only hangs around not too long. In other communities, that dollar stays in that system, in that cycle. But in our underserved communities, and of course, I'm not knocking all. I'm okay with all communities. I'm just saying, it seems like you're create a solution for a lot of these small to medium businesses, a lot of these home-based businesses, for the simple fact that Texas is probably over 50% of home-based businesses in Texas, right? And a lot of them are done online from home. But now it seems like you're allowing an opportunity for a great form of advertising here for these businesses, where we're working together as one. Can you get a little deeper on how the pay system? So you're saying that we said $2.54, right? And I watch television, and I'll see a commercial about a dog, and the dog will look all sad and be all chained up to a fence in the rain and the snow, and they're asking for $19.99. Or I'll see a kitten, look like he's been through the muddy for $19.99. And they give you a T-shirt. But they want you to pay $19.99, and get you a T-shirt and support that good cause. And I've got dogs. I love animals, but it would seem to me that if I was going to pay $19.99 or whatever for a T-shirt, seems like it'd be easier to pay that for something I care about, which is my community. And you mentioned it takes a village to raise a child. I'd be involved with the directory and finding an accountable business and do business with them. I can see that business, a lot of people being driven to that business, to the point where that business may be able to offer a loss leader, which is a way where, if you come into my store, I'll give you a certain percentage off of this particular product, knowing that you're going to buy other products. But it seems like you got it's just a win-win situation for the youth, where they can earn money, for businesses where they can get registered in the directory that pops up their digital card, and also for the mentors who want to teach. Bruh.
Yeah, that's why we call
you mentioned 50.
Right, that's why we call it a community hub. Right, think about that.
Okay.
A community digital, and we say digital gated because we want individuals to know that within here there's security, right? Security of your mind, right? Security of your peace of mind, right? Because a lot of us are suffering mentally. We're incarcerated mentally, and we need someone to bring in the key, to unlock the key, and to let us out of that incarceration, that mental bankruptcy, that mental fortitude of there's no more help, and everything is hopeless now. So we say, well, we have to create something that's going to provide an opportunity for everyday people. The name of the podcast is Everyday People Are My Celebrities, right? So this platform is not just for athletes, it's for everyday people. You spoke about, the commercials and supporting cats and supporting all these different entities. What about supporting people?
That part.
We've lost our ways to where, and it makes sense because if there's not a structure in place to where we can go to see that we can do that, then I'm sorry, I would love to do that, but I didn't know that anything like that exists. So what we're doing today is we're introducing that to everyday people, whether you're residents, whether you live next door, right? We said, now you can support individuals. Now you can support the youth. Now you can support the athlete of your choice, right? Who's registered. Well, now you can support your own son, your own daughter, your own family members, right? And now you can get other people to support them as well, right? And that's why I said we have the accountability at the same time. So, and it starts with just $2.54 a month. That's why we say it's going to take community to solve community concerns. That's why we say, this is why we say, when it comes to community, we have to create a community-owned platform to where all the resources are not just going to big tech, but they're going back into the community. We've been so used to, a person told me, well, this platform is free. Well, you can't find a digital hub that's going to allow you to come into something for free. It's estimated that by 2030, the digital hubs will be valued at $100 billion. We're ahead of the game, right? So we want you to know that if you go into a digital gated community, you're going to have to pay mortgage in that digital gated community because of everything it is that we have to offer, right? And what's $2.54 if that's all that you can afford to help someone, knowing that half, our community impact means 50% of all proceeds and sponsorships are reinvested directly into programs that support our athletes, that supports our fighters, that support our gyms, community growth, ensuring an ongoing cycle. When you talk about the cycle, right, of development and accountability, you will be held accountable into this program because you will be having life coaches that's going to be speaking to you. This is what people was looking for, right? And this is what we have. So you have access. Now, this is talking about the fans. You have access to see what your athletes that you're supporting are doing, which means if they're not doing what you want them to do or what they're supposed to be doing, what can you do? You can say, you know what, I'm going to take back my support from this athlete and I'm going to give it to another athlete, right? So you're doing it based upon the budget that you're able to have. That's why we started with $2.54. So where there's no excuse for anybody to not support. So that means you also have access, right, to exclusive content, behind the scenes stories, live events. You can join a community of passionate athlete supporters, right? So now you're networking with people that are like-minded. And the rules are simple. Keep it clean, keep it positive, but to know that 50% of your contribution goes directly to fighters, to athletes, to gyms, it keeps the gyms open. It allows now these coaches who have these gyms to be able to bring in additional potential athletes, right? And they can sponsor those athletes and also tell them that they can be a part of this program as well. But we need to pay these monthly costs for these gyms so that they can stay open, so that they can continue to mentor, our youth. Now for the sponsors, now and when I say sponsors, I'm talking about small businesses who can't afford the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Now you're aligning your brand with purpose-driven athletes with authentic stories, right? Now you're reaching.
Ask you that.
Now you're reaching thousands of engaged athletes and community members, all for a small fee, right? Now you're doing measurable return on investments. You're able to see how many people are visiting, because it comes with Google Analytics. So you're able to see how many people are visiting your platform, how many people are sharing, your digital cards on their social media as well. And the only thing we ask the people to do when you're onto these platforms, you see these businesses and sponsors, just support them, right? So that they can continue to support our athletes, right? And you will see that this will make a real impact while building their brands visibility. So yes, what you
I was going to ask you.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you. You right on point. So the sponsors are actually getting visibility. If I see somebody that I would love to sponsor by, getting involved with purchasing a particular package, starting at $254 and up, I'm also receiving advertising. My business is being promoted by through that UMYO platform. But what makes it unique is that that directory is being promoted by everyone within the directory, from sports to this or that. So
which goes back, and thank you for saying that, and sorry to interrupt you, which goes back to the intro, where we talked about there's 45 million youth in organized sports, right? So just imagine all of those youth now can be compensated, or the sports organization, football team, or the Pee Wee League can now be compensated, and they don't have to be on the streets asking for donations. And now the people are aware that if I just go to this digital platform, I can support that football youth Pee Wee organization, right? And for all those, and that's just a small portion when it comes to the branding visibility. I want each of you to go to the homepage of UMYO Sports, right? You're going to see, I think it's a tab that says something like branding opportunities or something at the top, right? Services, I think it's called services, right? You're going to see there's unlimited, and that's for those who are looking for additional services, right? You're going to see so many things that you probably have been paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to market yourself, right? Without seeing any type of progress. I want you to see all the services. It is the additional services it is that we provide, and see what those prices are. You got your basic SEO services, right? You got your basic social media management, right? You may have someone, I don't do social media, but I can pay a youth, right, to do social media management for me, or they can be uploading my stuff each and every week, right, each and every month, right? You got landing pages, you got opportunities where you can support youth doing radio, sponsored by your business, right? You got banner placement, on that radio show. It's, oh my God, logo visibility, brand, product placement, social media, newsletters. event access, VIP access, and you have the opportunity, and this is important as well. We have opportunities for these businesses to do prize giveaways. So you may want to give away a product, you may want to give away a service, right? And we're able to do live, this person won, this product service from this particular business. Everything you're looking for in a digital community at an affordable price. Well, let me say this, at a less than affordable price, not only compensates those who are on the platform, not only provide a service for all everyday people who may not have their own business, right? Like the platform that we're on right now. So a lot of people use Zoom. This is our version of Zoom, right? So everybody who becomes a member have free access to use this 24/7, 365.
Man, I love that. I know, and I also understand that, when you're marketing your store, your product, one of the major questions when the survey was done, 62% said they want to generate more engagement when they're working with creators. They want more engagement. Again, if they don't know you, they can't flow you. They also said, second to that was reach new audiences. You always have, you cannot stop advertising. You just can't. You have to advertise. You cannot stop. And then in third came strengthening our community on social media. It seems like UMYO 1, 2, 3 has knocked out generate more engagement, strengthening our community reaching new audiences, right? They don't know you, they can't flow you. And 3, strengthening our community on social. Wow. Can you tell me exactly what do our fighters or our athletes or our gyms need? Do they need any special equipment or any tech to get involved, Brother B?
Only thing they would need is a mobile phone, right? And or a computer to simply register. Go to UMYOsports.site and register. Right. If you are a community member, go to UMYOsports.site and just register. Now, for those athletes, right, who are looking, because we talked about that, and we can really go into this now. If you're looking for support, right, if you are any athlete, you can register at $2.54 a month. You say, what are the different packages? The different packages just allow you to be able to receive more, right? You may be able to receive, and then $2.54, you're still a part of the community, right? You still have coaches and teams that may be able to still search you, right, and find you. It's just that there's limited information that you can put on the $2.54, but it does show that you're there. And there's still content that they're able to find out about you, right? You have the $5.99, right? But the package is where you want to receive compensation, where we talked about the 50% goes back to the athletes, the 50% goes back to the youth organizations, the 50% goes back to the gyms, the coaches, right? So that they can not have to worry about the finances, right? Once you log in and you do that package, you're going to see how many people, because everything is computer, you can see transparency, it's computer, help me out with the word, it's computer generated, right?
Analytical.
Right, so I like that. So when a person register, they register for the $2.54 and they select you, you're going to see half goes to you. Whether it's the $5.99, you're going to see half that goes to you. You're going to see how many people register. You're going to see when they register, right? You're going to see how much they register. Now, what we ask individuals, or what we like to share with you, is for all gyms. Now, it used to be was $500 a month. Now it's $300 for a limited time, right? where you can, it went from 500, 400, and now it's 300, right? Where for a limited time, when you register, right, for that $300 a month package, right, you get a lifetime membership to the UMYO platform with that built-in fundraising for your gym, for your organization, right? You get a customized QR code, right, for your gym, which includes your banners, your events, your promotion, and a personalized referral code for your community. That means you can share that code now with everyone in your community, with all the parents to share onto their platform, right? You may have an organization that have 50 students or 50 athletes. Now all the parents can start sharing that QR code on their social media platform so that community can register to support that youth organization, right? So all these things, you get so much more, and we'll leave a QR code so you can see everything it is that you're going to be receiving when you do that and what those numbers look like. This is what we're looking for, and we want people to know that if you won't have, if you're not ready, if you can't afford the 300 or whatever, you can still register at the $19.99 or $49.99 as a sports organization, right? If you're an athlete, you can register for $2.54 or $5.89, $9.89. But if you want the half to go back to that particular athlete, you got to register for the $49.99. This is what I want to share with these individuals. Whether you are an organization or whether you are an athlete. So if you're an athlete and you want half to go back to you and you register for the $49.99, I want you to hear these numbers, right? I want you to, maybe I can show that. Let me see if I can show that real quick. Because, we're very visual people. Let me see if I can show that. Let's do the what's in it for me.
So you can track everything inside your member dashboard. So the members at that particular level, they get a dashboard where they can see everything that's, how do you track and scan the earnings for each person? How's that done? Is that done through the QR code?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every registration, right, you're able to, we're going to provide you with a QR code or a referral code, right? And once you select that package, every registration that comes through that QR code is going to be 50% that goes to you, right? And those who may be looking at this board right now, a gym posts its QR code, the fans scan, they register, half the registration goes directly to the gym. Unlimited earnings, unlimited potential, right? So let's just say you're paying $300, right, for they say the $5.99 package, right? So $2.99 per scan. 100 scans pays your gym $2.99. So after 100 scans, everything now that you receive is profitable, right? If you got 200 scans, you got $588 a month. Let's go down to 1,000 scans. There's 1,000 people in your community that you can reach out to, right, to share with them how this process works and how community now is taking care of community. This is the $5.99 package, right? $5.99 package. You got more people that are prone who, can afford to support, your organization for $5.99, knowing that $3 goes to you. That's $2,990 a month. If you go to the $9.99 package and you got 1,000 people to scan, that's $5,000. And the only thing you paid was $300 a month. Now let's go down to the athletes. Athletes earn $50 of every registration that comes through their QR code or referral code. You're doing the same thing, right? You can get your neighbors. Start with your neighbors, right? We have advertising, content, where you can, put your information on there and just have your neighbors to scan and see your card, and you can just show them your digital card and have everything on your digital card, right? You got video reels on your card. You got marketing flyers that shares with them how this system works. You can even have what you're sharing right now on this page. You can even have that on there as well. But I want you to think about this for a second. You're paying $49.99 a month, right? And you have 100 people that scan your QR code at $5.99. Now you're receiving $300 a month with just 100 people. This is what we would like to see. We would like to see for every athlete, I don't care who you are, right? For every athlete to get at least 500 people in your community to support you for $5.89. That's $1,500 a month. If you get them support you for the $9.89, that's close to $2,500 a month. Every month, you're going to receive, right, that money back sent to you in a form of Cash App, in a form of PayPal, in a form of third-party gateways, Zelle. However you want that transferred to you, we're going to invoice. That's how we're going to give it back to you each and every month. This is what you're getting, right? This is how we say community supporting community now. We can no longer rely upon the system. People are losing their jobs, right? People are losing their homes. People are losing their cars, right? People are having car issues. They don't have the resources to be able to fix it, but they need to go to work. Otherwise, they lost their jobs. They can't afford Uber. These things are happening every day. Let's go back to 300 million jobs will be replaced. There's only 160 million jobs in the United States. So that means 40% of the people are unemployed. And you got a lot of these youth. I remember you saying, Lieutenant, in one of our podcasts, that you got all these students who have graduated, but you don't have enough jobs for them. So you got all these youth, right, who are interested in sports, right? You got all these youth who don't have a place to play sports, but they need the compensation to help them. They need the education. They need the mentorship, right? We have them all in one hub. What more is it that we can do to support you that you have not seen before? This is the first of its kind. It takes technology to be able to do this. This is why you have youth who are separated from the adult, because it's the youth who are saying to the adult, we're into technology, right? And we need a way, but you guys are not providing us with a way that will work for us in this time in the season, because we're seeing that our parents are suffering. So if it's not working for them, it's not going to work for us. We need something different, and we're offering them something different. And this leaves accountability not just for the athletes, not just for the businesses, but it leaves accountability for community. There's no more excuses. Help your own. If you can just help your own, that would be enough, right? Help your own. Have your student to register, right? And help your own. 45 million youth in organized sports.
You know, and what excites me about what UMYO brings to the table, you know, when you talk about cookies, chocolate bars, candles, popcorn, that we're accustomed to use in fundraising mode. And then you talk about receiving a valuable card at a level and price that anybody can afford. Doesn't this platform have a social media space like a tweet and a sports talk and a sports tweet and it's along with this platform? So isn't that private? It comes with its own like Twitter and Facebook, Brother B?
Good question. And I think they're looking at that right now. What you get with your digital ID card, you get to collaborate with not only the athletic community, not only the community that supports their own athletes, their own sons and daughters, but we also provide a sports talk, right, which is similar to Facebook. Right? It's a marketplace for businesses to also promote themselves, but it's also a marketplace for everyone to be within this digital hub exclusively for athletes and those who support the athletic community to now network together, to now share their experiences. Right? It comes with a sports tweet, right, which is similar to X. Comes with a sports conference platform, which you see right now, right? So you can use it 24/7, 365, no time constraints. You can do your own podcasting now, right? You can do your own live streaming using this platform. It comes with your own UMYO event, similar to Eventbrite, right? So it's you can create your own events now and charge people tickets and so forth for those events and those seminars, right? Schedule appointments, right? So it comes with your own appointment booking platform, virtual private network, learning management system. Learning management system, what we were sharing with you, where we want the youth to go into this platform and each month they have to take a course, financial management, life and behavior, right? Anger management. We want you to take these courses, and we have coaches that are ready to assist these youth. We have the creator platform, which is similar to Patreon, right? Where you could upload videos and sell and have people to go to your platform each and every day or whatever and see those uploaded videos for a small price that goes to the content creator. Right? It doesn't go to us, it goes to the content creator. We just get a small percentage to help us keep the platform up, right? And those are what you get, you know. So your business benefits, the students benefits, the community benefits, and we have more features that's rolling out, right? That's why I say go to the page, see services, and you're gonna see all the types of services it is that we offer. It's no excuse now to not support our youth, right? It's no excuse now when you have someone that has dedicated their life, that have dedicated their skill, that have dedicated their resources to say this is community-owned platform. And if you see that we're not doing what we're supposed to do, then simply unregister, right? And do it based upon something that you can afford. Because our objective is we're going to empower our communities one way or the other, right? And if we don't, then we all are going to be in that melting pot of fire that we don't want to be in, right? So this is an excellent advertising combo combining digital reach, loyalty, athlete influence. It's why businesses love the system. They advertise for supporting community at the same time. A service for a service. Your business supports athletes and community programs, and you get all these platforms. Everybody wins, everybody grows, the community becomes stronger together. And let me say this is too. UMYO transformed gyms and fighters into community-supported powerhouses and athletes. That's what we're doing. Every scan, every sign-up, every share, it's all returned directly to the athletes, to the gyms, to the coaches, right, who keep the sport alive. This is more than just funding. It's a nationwide movement built to let athletes focus on sports and not the bills.
That's a great segue into asking you, and you pretty much answered the question. When you talk about athletes and their relationships, family, friends, aunts, uncles that may live in different parts of the state, two questions. Do people have to live in my city to support me? And the second question is, can everyday people, parents and fans, just Maybe I'm not an athlete, maybe I'm not a parent, but I'm just a fan of the sport. Can everyday people, parents or fans join, and do people have to live in my city to support me?
Everyday people can support. This is a global platform, right?
Wow.
So you can support any athlete in any city and state that you would like to support, right? There's no special equipment required. A phone, QR code, referral link, access to the internet. So absolutely, UMYO was built for all residents, not just athletes. Regular people are in the same 50% share, making this a true community. So if you have individuals who may need extra resources, and they say, I'm not an athlete, but can I still get the 50%? Yeah, you register at the $49.99. You can still also get the 50%. Remember, this is for everyone, right? This is a marketing and a job opportunity for everyone. It's a community-powered income model, and the first of its kind. I see people that have these platforms that are looking for investment dollars. We're not asking you for investment dollars. We're asking you to invest in people, right? And based upon what you can afford each month, but we're giving you something that's worth whatever it is that you're giving to support someone in your community. So we're not asking we need $1,000 and you get a certain amount of shares and this and that. We're giving you 50% for for $49.99, right? That's unheard of, right? But we're letting people know that it's a community effort at the same time.
So if you sign up for $49.99 to get the the 50% half opportunity, you can still get half if you sign up. Once you get on that $49.99 platform, you can still receive half if you sign up somebody for the $19.99.
Yes. You sign up for $49.99. Any package it is that you go out there and share with businesses and advertising companies that, hey, we're part of this marketing movement, where community is taking care of community, and I just need you to register, and you got community that's going to support, your entity, or we just need you to register so that you can enjoy the many features it is that the platform have to offer. Half of those profits goes back to you for that $49.99. And again, if you get 500 people to scan that QR code and they register, then guess what? You're going to see them on the back end. Yeah, you're going to be able to befriend those individuals too, and thank them. Hey, I saw that you just registered. I just want to befriend you and thank you for the registration, and let's stay connected. Right, and I'm going to be sharing this on my social media page. So we tell people, you don't have to get rid of Facebook. You don't have to get rid of all these entities. No, it's just a different, a different platform where you're able to market your business here. I always share with individuals, if you want to market and you're able to afford the marketing costs, you may want to market on Facebook. You may want to market on YouTube. You may want to market on Instagram. TikTok, all the different marketing that you're able to do. You may want to do that on all of them. It just gives you more visibility. So we're not sharing with people to quit their platforms. We're just sharing with people, this is a platform for the people, right? And it's community based because people are asking for something that they can support each other, but how everybody can eat, right? So this is this is a big old table, right? If you look at it from a religious, spiritual standpoint, they talk about a storefront, right? It's a storefront. Right, and we hadn't even mentioned that every day, based upon the membership type or the membership amount, 10% is given away each and every day, right, with prize giveaways. So we asked 335 people in the community, what is it that you would like as far as the prize giveaways? We was thinking they're going to say, oh my God, we want vacations here, we want vacations here, we want this, we want a brand new this. People was like, and that let us know that we're in the right frequency at this moment. People were saying, we just want, if somebody can pay my mortgage just for a month, if somebody can pay my car note just for a month, if I can get a food card, if I can get a gas card, right? If I can get the prize cash giveaway, right? If I can get maybe a video contest each and every month where there's a top prize giveaway, right? Because I create videos, but it also brings people together, when you're able to do that. And we said, let's make those the prizes. Let's give away $100 to 1,000 people a week, right? If you got if you got the right numbers of members that's in there, then why can't we do that? That's why we say we are the community for the people, right? So if you do not register, then yes, I have to say either you're not understanding what it is that we're sharing with you, or you are part of the problem, right? Or you're selfish.
Well, it's an accountability platform where business supports the community and community supports the business. I mean, who could say no? It's a price that everybody can afford. And of course, we have a free platform. I mean, if you want to just be on it to be for free, you can do that. But if you want to really take advantage of an opportunity and earn some funding, where you can replace the initial platform pledge that you come in at real quick by just registering 2 or 3 people, it's a win-win situation. I think about when we talk about parents that are just trying to afford some new tennis shoes or new equipment for their child, a new sports bag, a new uniform that the school may need. I think about a lot of these students do traveling, and the coaches are always asking their parents for a little extra money so they can make the trip out of state, maybe during the season, pre-season. A lot of these kids do a lot of traveling all over the country, and it costs. So now you can really get behind these youth and support them at a price that everybody can afford, starting at $2.54. My grandmother would support me on a fixed income for $2.54, knowing in return she's going to get a digital card in replace of that. So it's almost like I'm receiving a service for a service, and I feel good. It's charity with an investment. It's a new twist. I mean, yes, sir. And then you talk about how a lot of these youth have thousands and thousands of followers. Some of these social media platforms will not even look at you unless you have 10,000 subscribers. They won't. And then when you do, they give you pennies on the dollar. Can you imagine someone who was a social media influencer with tens of thousands of followers or subscribers getting pennies on the dollar, and they just decided to turn their subscribers on to a platform like UMYO, where that supports the community, and they're scanning your QR code to register? Whoa, man, just do the numbers. So, man, I just think that when you talk about billions of dollars being made every month through Facebook, when you talk about consumers always wanting to be informed about new products or services, you talk about consumers always wanting to have access to exclusive deals or promotions, right? When you talk about enjoyable and entertaining content, who can do it better than the youth? The youth, I mean, who can put enjoyable content and be creative about your product or service as a business than the youth, right? That's going to be your future customer, right? When you talk about engaging with the community or customers, Brother B, I think UMYO has taken this to another level. And because of that, your values, UMYO's values and their mission aligns with my mission. And that's Wall Street, right? Community supporting business, business supporting community. It's back to takes a village to raise a child. And man, it's a no-brainer, Brother B. No-brainer.
So we just ask those who are listening, go to UMYOsports.site. For those who are asking, are there any other platforms that we can be a part of? We want to let you know, yes, there are. We built the same digital hubs who have the same types of platforms up under each digital hub, right? You say, okay, what do you mean? Well, you may have, you know what, let me go to it real quick. Social media. Yeah, these right here that you're looking at are all the different marketing platforms or marketing that we offer, right? And I'm just sharing with you that because this is a one-stop shop, right? It's a digital hub that provides you everything you're looking for. But just imagine again, everyone is going into a hub that cares about community and that empowers community.
I love it.
So to answer your question, these are the different hubs that we have. You have the Divine Nine, Nubians Connect, Entertainers, Hair and Beauty, ATL, colleges, junior and high school connects, Greeks connects, lawyers, realtors, automotive, health and wellness, right? Nonprofit organizations, the state of Illinois, Democrats, Republicans, Puerto Rico, Revolution, Double O, Faith Hub, LTA, Lieutenant Academy, Police Connects, Medical Connects, LGBTQ Connects, Authors Connect, NFL Connects, NBA Connects, Over 50 Connects, UMYO Sports, Hispanics, Restaurant. We got Asians that we just completed as well. Restaurants, nightlife, religions, unions, content creators, and all business types. And this is just, there's others that we have not put on here. But what we did is we created digital hubs based upon HBCUs, truckers, DFW, military network. We created digital hubs based upon interests. Whatever your interests are, we created a digital hub exclusively for you and your audience to be able to go to a safe space. A safe space. This is probably, and I'm going to say that because I know that it is a solution, right? I didn't say it is the solution, but right now it is the solution until the right, or another, or an addition, which is why we're educating our youth on this technology, because we know that a lot is going to come from our youth. And we give them an opportunity to learn, then you get new discoveries. And it's going to take us to be able to give them the opportunity to do that. So this is our military hub, right? It's a search engine. You can search by name, military branches, right? You can search by state, military ranking. If you're looking for someone you went to the base with, you know, you can search by what position they are. They're veteran, they're soldier, police, special forces. And those businesses who wants to support the military, they're able to do that too, right? This is everything that people are looking for. They just did not know that it exists. And now it exists. You can search by male, female, right? Let's kind of give you
like alumni.
Yeah, just like an alumni.
An alumni. It's almost like an alumni digital directory, man. That is so cool. And you know, when you start talking about military, it's like iron sharpening iron. Military talk is a shop talk. Real estate talk is shop talk. The different hubs that you have created is iron sharpening iron, where you're talking about a subject that you're very much interested in, But not only that, when you think about a youth that's looking to get into a field of study, now they can take a peep at one of those hubs and get a better understanding of the field before they commit to it. How many people have taken a college degree for a specific subject and years later are doing something totally different? So this is a win-win situation for our elders, for our youth, for our mentors, for our coaches. Man, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, we could talk all day, but I was, and I'm gonna share with people again. This is the most important video that you will ever see when it comes to solutions, right? And how to help the community support community. This is everything you're looking for. We just need you to share this message with everyone, right? And let them know why this is important, right? So every registration count, whether you're everyday person, whether you're a business, whether you're an organization, whether you're an athlete, it's for everybody to support.
It's for everybody.
You know, each other. So we want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to listen to this. Solutions does not come in a 5-minute video. It just doesn't happen. So for you to be here as long as you are means that you are looking for solutions. And we're happy to be able to bring that to you.
Absolutely. We know that many hands make light work. We got a heavy job in front of us. This is a movement, and we need your support for the momentum. Once we get a little push downhill, being a California kid, you have steep hills, you push it a little bit at the top of that hill, that steep hill, and the ball gets to rolling. We need your help to help us with the movement. Many hands make light work. We're all part of the body. And so we need you. We need you to support us. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to play this video so people can see this video.
Imagine living in a peaceful, gated neighborhood. Secure, private, built on trust. Now imagine that same experience online. Social media may seem as though it's free, but it's costing us more than we realize. Our time, our values, our peace of mind, our mental health, our homes, our happiness, and for many, our lives. So these platforms aren't really free. They're powered by algorithms, not people, designed to keep you scrolling, not growing. That's why more and more believers, creators, residents, business owners, and community leaders are stepping away, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Solution: a digital gated community based upon your interest. Why? Because it's just like a physical one, built for protection, privacy, and peace of mind. It's a solution to those who aren't systematically programmed to only complain. At UMYO Wall Street, it isn't about algorithms. It's about real people who seek real solutions. Built on positivity, integrity, and real impact. Your membership supports so much more than just access. It fuels giveaways, growth, connection, and sustainability. Big tech may have the dollars, but we have something more powerful: each other. The more we grow together, the less we rely on outside platforms. We're not just building the future, we're living it. Educate, empower, protect. Welcome to your digital gated community. Or we can continue to be frustrated, bypassing solutions to empower all communities. Welcome to the UMYO Network, a system that reboots, deprograms, and reprograms a different program into its own unique system. www.umyonetwork.com.
You asked for a platform that connects the people. Now it's here. Welcome to UMYO Network, a digital universe of gated communities built around your interests. Universities to medical, faith-based to entertainment, from the restaurants to Black-owned business, there's a hub just for you. Linktree on steroids, a social search engine, a digital white and yellow pages, all in one hub. Starting as low as $49.99, businesses get a digital card, searchable directory listing, and a platform that connects with their community. Promote your brand in a space tailored to your audience with 24/7 live rooms, a marketplace, Eventbrite style tools, and more. Virtual conferences 24/7, no time restraints, online games, podcasts, mental health resources, and even daily prizes, starting at just $5.99 a month. Stay where you are, share where you want. UMYO lets you connect and sync your profile with today's biggest platforms. A safe space, positive minds only, break the noise, or get booted. Our rules, our way. UMYO, the future of connection starts here.